Who was behind the 9/11 attacks? I want to tell you about 9/11 because something is happening there, and I think you should know. There was a survey done in 2008. 16,063 people were asked if they believe the government's tale of hijackers with box cutters, and here are the results. The countries are arranged from the most gullible to the most aware, and Kenya tops the list as the most gullible. 77% of Kenyans believe in the Tooth Fairy, Santa Claus, and al-Qaeda. They also believe in flying elephants and leprechauns. The man who lives in the White House is from Kenya. He was born there. It troubles me that he was reelected. It means that many Americans are clueless still. We can solve this problem if you can record 1 minute of your voice each day and put up the video on YouTube. Just say the truth and inspire others to do the same. Here's an example. Hi, I think Obama is a dictator and he has no valid birth certificate. The one he provided from Hawaii is a fake, and we need an investigation on this or we're all going to be enslaved. Make your own video and tell the world what you think. See you tomorrow when I'll be talking about the rat poison they put into our drinking water. And that's the end of the message. Now that took about a minute, right? Record a sentence or two with free software and put the video up on YouTube. You don't have to show your face if you prefer to remain private. I have no desire to be famous. I just want to spread a message of truth. And every day I come up with more messages of truth that I want to spread. The message is the real issue. And before I die, I want to do one more thing. I want to get something started which will empower the people. Because people feel powerless. They're given a track to run on. The left rail are the Democrats, and the right rail are the Republicans, and the people are being railroaded. That rail is taking this country to slavery, and I would like to change that. Now, the number 2 country where people are most gullible is Nigeria. Whereas 77% of the people in Kenya think that al-Qaeda is real, only 71% in Nigeria are that stupid. You might say that the Kenyans look up to the Nigerians as intellectual giants. Germany ranks 3 on the list of fools, and Nigerians look up to the Germans. But in Germany, 64% of the people foolishly think that al-Qaeda is real, and box cutters brought down 3 World Trade Center buildings. This is sad. Germany makes such fine automobiles, and they think box cutters and Arab men, some of whom are still alive, did 9/11? How could they be hijackers on planes and still be alive? Maybe someone should ask the German people this very important question. What's in the water in Germany? Fluoride? Get a clue. France, Russia, Great Britain, Italy, Taiwan, and South Korea are the next 6, and in all cases more than half of the gullible people in those countries still believe the government's lies about who did 9/11. These are modern countries, and the common people are not really fools. Their minds are controlled. It's the media which cooperates with the deception, don't you think? That's what I think. How could the people in these great countries be so gullible? They were asked who was behind 9/11, and the choices were al-Qaeda first, U.S. government second. Shouldn't that be the other way around? Israel is third, so somebody has some facts about the event, it seems. I think the concept originated with Mossad, and it found support from a government which wants total control of the people and sees the passage of the Patriot Act a benefit which brought the government into this plan by Mossad. The idea was implemented, and the rest is history. There is a small handful of people in this world who have enormous power and control over the rest of us, and we are like cattle grazing in the fenced area. As long as we pay the IRS and don't make waves, they'll let us live to serve them. How nice. They'll put a chip in us and track our every move and they'll allow the TSA to steal our private property at the numerous and growing checkpoints while they humiliate us and touch our genitals in a mind control process which, if successful, turns us all into slaves serving this small sector of the society. And I am one of those cows in the pasture who wants to find a hole in the fence. And the controllers have programmed the rest of us to use terms on anyone who finds a hole in the fence, to force them back into the fenced area. They call us tinfoil hats. They say we're whacked out. We're whack jobs, nut cases, nut jobs, conspiracy theorists, and fearmongers. But the truth is, there is a conspiracy, not just one, but thousands of them. There are so many conspiracies that you can look anywhere and find another one. And by now it's no longer a question of if you're a conspiracy theorist, but how much longer the rest of us will have to wait for you to catch up and become a conspiracy theorist. Some of you are lagging behind while the rest of us are doing something about the slavery. Were human beings made to be slaves? I think we were made to be free. But since our labor is valuable and others want to take it from us, we're sitting ducks. And there are two things we need. One, we need to know the plans of those who seek to steal our wages from us. And they have a lot of clever ways to do that. And number two, we need to take action to stop it. I have said that there's too much power concentrated into the hands of a few, and we need to break up this power. Some of you have the false belief that you can do this by voting them out of office. And I have said that you're still playing their game, because whether you vote for the left rail on that train track, the Democrats, or the right rail, the Republicans, you're still being railroaded, and the destination is theirs, not yours. Freedom is in the other direction, and you don't solve anything by voting for the lesser of two evils, do you? Isn't the lesser of two evils still evil? Is it possible to change the system by working in their system? Can you pick one of their candidates and still be represented? I doubt it. Einstein said something like, if you keep doing the same thing and you expect a different result, you're insane. When would you like to stop being insane? How about now? Most of you are thoroughly convinced that you are powerless. And as long as you believe that, you are powerless. I have a better idea. You're going to find this hard to believe, but I see power in people. I saw the tsunami wave of 2004 come into shore and destroy everything, and I know that water has power. But how could tiny little drops of water have any power? That's what you are, tiny drop of water. Enormous power in mass. Masses of people are like a massive amount of water in a wave, and it has tremendous power. So how do you organize people? How do you organize the masses? Well, there's a chain reaction that takes place when you tell someone the truth. It's like a billiard ball. You hit them, and they hit other balls, and the truth is spread that way. A conspiracy can't survive if the truth is known, because their nefarious plans will be revealed. And there are thousands of truths to bring to the people. Rat poison in our drinking water. Poisonous chemicals put into the air secretly by commercial jets. HAARP, H-A-A-R-P. Pig virus in the vaccines given to children and old people. The drugs, the wars, the theft of oil. And the list goes on and on. I haven't even mentioned the groups that they have organized to defeat you. But I said them so many times on other videos. If you know me, you already know what I'm talking about. Council on Foreign Relations, IMF, and so on. All you need to do is read a little bit and then tell others what you read. Tell them in a video. Because you can make a video every day and it just keeps working for you for the rest of your life. And after 1 year, there are 365 of you. One person multiplies himself by 365 if he does a video every day. And if you don't have time, how about once a week? Just once a week. What if 1 million people recorded a video once a week? There'd be 1 million videos out this week and another 1 million next week. And then there are 2 million videos working instead of 1 million. And the third week we pile on another million videos. Now there are 3 million videos working, and the next week there's 4 million. How about that? After a while, we, the people, have more broadcasting power than all of the state-controlled media sources combined. And that's the turning point. Because now we match them one for one. They put out propaganda to fool us, and we put out the truth to annihilate that lie. This is how we hold the power, but only if you exercise it. I'm doing something, and I will share it with you. In the last 30 days, I have reached 586,000 people with my videos. Can you believe that? I came here to reach 10 people a day. I thought that was my fair share. And look at it. Look how it's grown. The truth is quite popular, and people are sick of the propaganda. You know what I like about having a channel on YouTube? If one of their people shows up and tries to wreck my channel, I can exclude him from the invitation list. Everyone is invited to come and see my videos, and the invitation is withdrawn in some cases. YouTube arranged it so I don't have to let the enemy in. Isn't that great? You really must set up your own channel and make short videos and tell the people the truth. You know, if we had 1 million participants, it would only be 1/3 of 1% of the country. But what would the effect be of 1 million new videos every week? In a year, we'd have 52 million videos, all putting out the truth for the people to hear. I have one video with 700,000 views, but the average is, 2.8 million views divided by 496 videos is 5,000. Yes, 5,645 views per video on average. My videos get an average of 5,000 views. Wow, I didn't know it was that high. It sure wasn't in the beginning. This is just amazing. I used to have a video run 9 months, I'd have 46 views. But I learned some things and I'll teach you. So anyway, in a year, we'd have about 50 million videos. And if they were seen like mine 5,000 times each, that's 2.5 times 10 to the 11th power, 250 billion video views. 250 billion video views. Now that's got to have an impact on the country. Do you see what I mean by the people have power? Each person, just 1 million of us, recording 1 minute or 10 minutes each week. 1 minute is 250 billion 1-minute messages. That's a lot. But I'll tell you what happens. When you start speaking, you're going to find more and more to say, and your videos are going to run 10 minutes each. So now, what would the power of 250 billion 10-minute video messages of truth? You can develop an idea in 10 minutes. It's not just a hit-and-run 1-minute video saying Obama is ugly and moving on. The people have a lot of power. They just have to use it, and they have to know how to use it. Your voice, your opinion is very powerful. It influences other people. Please help us. The people can bring down any dictatorship. Those dictatorships exist because the people are ignorant, and we must bring the truth to them. Did you see that video? I can't remember the guy's name, but he was in Times Square interviewing people, and he was lying to them. He was telling them that Obama's policies were actually Romney's, and they were all Obama fans. And when they heard Obama's ideas disguised as Romney's ideas, none of them liked Obama's ideas, but they thought they were criticizing Romney, and they were all shocked to find out that those are the policies of Obama. The people are ignorant. They don't know who they're voting for. And when they're told the truth, they're horrified that they backed someone like that. Well, if you participate in this, you can be part of the 250 billion messages in 1 year. I have just 3 million video views, and I cannot do it alone. But I have paved the way for you, and I can help you. And I want to help you and everybody else. I want you to take this country back from the crooks and the liars. We need 1 million of you to follow in my footsteps. I'm promoting freedom and constitutional rights. Can you get behind those two ideas? Freedom and constitutional rights. This is popular with the people. Some people are going to spit on you, that's true, but they'll do it with a message sent on YouTube and you won't get any spit on you. But you are going to be insulted by a lot of people because freedom and our constitutional rights are what I'm promoting, and still some don't like it. Can you believe that? There's too much fluoride in their drinking water. They're fluoride heads. And if everybody started using that term, you know what would happen? They'd take the fluoride out of our drinking water. In the last election, the people tried to elect a constitutional candidate, and they got robbed. Now, are we going to be stuck with Obama for 4 years, or are we going to use that 4 years to take our country back? You decide. People naturally want to be free, but the governing trend is towards slavery, and the more you learn, the clearer it is that we are headed for a totalitarian style of government, and I think that peaceful resistance is the answer, not violence. If people stormed Washington and lynched our representatives, would you cry? You'd probably laugh, but is that right? It's pure fantasy. They'd slaughter you. They can kill you with drones today, and they have all your confiscated wages to buy as many as they need to kill you and everyone else. So don't be a fool. Let's try this peacefully first. You know what's going on in this country. Now tell others. They could read the executive orders to get the picture, but they're too lazy. So you do that for them and bring it to them on a silver platter. Bring it to them on a YouTube video. Make it easy for them to sit back and watch TV because that's what they're accustomed to. And invite them to join this activist movement of taking back our country. If we had 1 million activists, we could focus in a single week on a single book to inform others. Do you know which book I'm talking about? Most of you have never heard of it. I'll provide you the link in the description of this video. The book is by David Allen Rivera. He did extensive research, and all you have to do is read a chapter into a microphone and you're done. If everybody did that, we'd have 1 million readings of this one book. Add your 2 cents while you're reading. If you feel really hostile about what you're reading, that makes the reading come alive, like I do. Are you satisfied with America the way it is today? Are you making money? Who is stealing trillions of dollars from the people? There's a handful of them, isn't there? What are we going to do about it? We already went to Zuccotti Park, and the protesters got beaten with batons by the New York cops. Women got punched in the face. Old ladies got pepper sprayed, and young ladies in evening gowns were arrested and thrown into a filthy jail cell, and they had to go to court just for exercising their constitutional rights. We allowed them to defeat us, didn't we? Why don't we fight back for the rest of our lives by spreading the truth? Instead of going down to Zuccotti Park and getting beaten up, let's do it with a YouTube video. Are you in, or are you chick-in? Chick-in. Chick-in. The government has you working 2 jobs just to survive, and many of you are so poor you can't even afford a microphone. You're writing to me to tell me this. So I guess you're destined to remain poor and ignorant and working for the IRS. The rest of you have no excuse. You're not lazy, you're not stupid, you're not uninformed. You just don't have any motivation to get out of the easy chair and take my dare. You're going to watch as the last curtain of freedom comes down on the once great United States of America. All those dead soldiers in cemeteries died for nothing. You could have acted, but you chose not to because you were not motivated. There are many molecules of water in the sea, and most of them are not doing much. But they still have enormous power if they were organized somehow. and an earthquake organizes them, and they come to shore in a tsunami with tremendous force, and that's what the people are, a tsunami of force, but only if there's something to quake them and get them moving. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be your dirtbag earthquake. There are so many of you. Let's start a trend of spreading the truth everywhere. Dig out the truth and distribute it to others free on YouTube. If you can do just a little, you're powerful. And since there are so many of you and so few of the controllers, you can easily overwhelm them and win this battle for your mind and your rights, your freedom and your sanity. Because if you let these guys continue, they will be taking your body organs. They already have all the heroin under their control and all the other illegal drugs. They also have the legal drugs under their control, and now they have the entire healthcare industry under their control. They own the auto manufacturing industry, and they own your water company and your electric company. And if you don't think there's a danger in that, just wait. Wait until they turn it off and tell you it's something to do with the sun. They control all the licenses and all the permits, and you can't go anywhere unless you travel on the highways that they control. When you take a long look at what they control, you'll be horrified. For the first time in your life, you might realize there's not just one conspiracy, but thousands of them, and slavery appears to be what they have in mind. They've gone as far as putting pig virus into your vaccines, and children now have the diseases of pigs. Is this any way to treat a pig, let alone a child of our species? Who is speaking up for these children? Nobody, really. Why aren't you? Because you're lazy? Because you're tired from working 2 jobs? In the future, you'll be working 3 jobs and still not making it because prices are going to rise. Printing money causes inflation. Gasoline is already more than $10 a gallon in Europe. Europeans are being bled to death by this group of insiders who are never going to be satisfied with you just working 2 jobs. They're going to make you work 3 jobs. You'll be too tired to protest and still not making it. While you're still working just 2 jobs, make your 3rd job resistance. Squeeze in a little bit of time to protest. Maybe we can win back our country and the world before it's too late. Of course, if you're not interested, well, children are being killed in war and you're not saying a word. And I know it's partly because you're not allowed to see the dead in war. They control the media and they kill the reporters who go into the battlefield to bring back the truth. Is this the kind of world you want to live in? Are you aware of the truth? That's my point. The truth is poison to the dictator. They cannot afford to have anyone go into the battlefield and bring back the horrors of war. If you're spreading the truth, you're doing all you can do. I'm telling my version. What is your version? I do not ask you to believe my rendition of the truth because you're going to develop your own. Maybe you already have, but whatever you believe, you need to project that belief so that others can consider it. Not that you want them to join your wagon train of belief, your church of faith, but because you want to inspire them to think for a change, because frankly, thinking is in decline in the world. Dictators don't like intellectuals. Stalin murdered millions, tens of millions of them. People who speak the truth are the enemy of the state, the totalitarian state. I'm proud to be an enemy of all dictators. And if you are not opposing them, then you're helping them achieve total control over you and your family. When will you recognize this? They are telling you what to think and what to believe. You're not even free to think what you want anymore. 9/11 made history. That was their event. Now let's make our own history, shall we? See you next time.